There, it's me, Brody, again. I'm still at Nash Ward, and I've had another, well, I wouldn't say shit day, but we had goat curry for tea. It was really nice. Got invited straight for a game of pool as soon as we had the goat curry, but I'm certain that there's not any human remains in the goat curry and that nobody was trying to forensically lace the pool cue with my fingerprints, because that would be delusional bullshit. So I'm making a video today about transhumanism, which is like, if you've seen Transcendence, I don't know if you've seen Transcendence, like, I haven't seen it, and apparently it's shit, so I won't mention that. But like, there's movies and books and stuff about kind of cybernetics. Elon Musk reckons he can create a system whereby a blind person could have like 60 neural connections or so and have better than 20/20 vision, which is fucking mental. And like, would I have a Neuralink? Like, yeah, I guess I would. Like a neural interface, neural network interface is, it's pretty fucking dope. For like, you ever had the stuff, like, I had a different idea for this video and then I forgot it, and now I'm doing this one about transhumanism, which isn't going to be anywhere near as good. Not that I'm going to get more than like 10 views anyway, but point being, like, sometimes your brain can think of things, and by the time you've thought of it and you've tried to get it out onto paper or onto a computer or your phone, you've forgotten it already. And if you had like a neural interface, then you'd be able to like directly transfer your thoughts and your feelings and your ideas, concepts and aspirations onto a digital content kind of storage system. Got this USB pen, I've seen it a little while ago. Still haven't stuck it in my PC. Too paranoid. It's a bit shit, isn't it? Anyway, let's just read the thing. And yeah, because we're making this tune with samples from a few different guys in the other room with one of the chaps that I've met who's like quite sound from Bristol. A bit younger than me. Anyway, it's cool. I won't read you the prompt, but it's just a kind of a bit of a jaunt into the idea of sort of the ethical and moral principles of transhumanism, and that's like cybernetics and things that can make our lives better, make us healthier, make us more effective, more efficient, more powerful, more intelligent, even maybe even more divine. Ooh, that's a bit of a curveball, isn't it? Divine. Is technology the footprint of man, or is man made in the image of the divine? Beyond the biological, the ethics of the transhumanist frontier, by Gemini, and today is the 23rd, 2026 of January. The human body is a marvel of evolutionary engineering, but to the transhumanist, it is also a draft, a beta version plagued by planned obsolescence, cognitive bottlenecks, and a vulnerability to disease that borders on the tragic. The movement known as transhumanism advocates for the radical enhancement of the human condition through technology, effectively arguing that we should seize the reins of our own evolution as cybernetics and genetic engine editing move from the pages of Neuromancer into peer-reviewed journals. The debate over whether we can upgrade humanity is rapidly shifting to whether we should. The ethical battle lines, are drawn between those who see enhancements as a moral imperative and those who view it as an ultimate hubris, a path that risks fracturing human species itself. So the case for enhancement, duty to design. For proponents like Julian Savulescu, a leading bioethicist, and the argument for transhumanism is not just about vanity or superpowers, it's about morality. So this dude champions the principle of procreative beneficence, arguing that parents have a moral obligation to select the child of the possible children they could have who's expected to have the best life. Quite a controversial view. I mean, if we have the technology to edit out a predisposition for cancer or Alzheimer's, proponents argue refusing to do so is no different than denying a child a vaccine if they've got it, So one, you've got cognitive liberty and the end of suffering. So transhumanist philosophy, often articulated by thinkers like Nick Bostrom and David Pearce, suggests that the natural human condition contains an unacceptable amount of suffering. Aging is viewed not as an inevitability, but as a disease to be cured. We're basically oxidising as we get older. It's the oxygen that makes us age and keeps us alive. Ironic. Argument one is that if technology can be decoupled biological age from chronic age, preventing the decay of the human mind and body, we have a humanitarian duty to pursue it. Perspective. This view frames morphological freedom, so the right to modify one's own body and mind as a fundamental civil right, whether through brain-computer interfaces or gene therapy. The individual should have the autonomy to exceed their biological limits. Economic and social necessity. In the age of dwindling birth rates, ageing population, some economists argue that transhumanism offers a pragmatic solution. So, enhanced workforce that remains cognitively sharp, physically robust, well into their 90s, could avert the demographic collapse threatening a lot of developed nations. I mean, they shouldn't have to fucking do that, but it would be good if they could. I don't want to work to 90. I don't want to work fucking at all. Even reading this, it's I can't really be asked. Bioconservative critique, the loss of Factor X. Opposing transhumanists are the bioconservatives, a coalition of secular religious thinkers who warn that tampering with human nature invites catastrophe. The threat to human equality is the first one. Francis Fukuyama, bit of a rude name there, in his seminal work, Our Post-Human Future, warns that liberal democracy is founded on the idea that all humans share a specific human essence, a factor X, that grants us equal dignity. So you've got the genetic divide, which says that if an enhancement become like a market commodity, available only to the wealthy, you will then, as you can probably imagine, create potentially a biological caste system, gen-rich enhanced and naturals unenhanced. Wouldn't just be economically divided, but biologically distinct too. The Gattaca scenario, reference you might not get, but a society where the unenhanced are regulated to a permanent underclass, unable to compete with those who've brought better memories, faster reflexes, stronger immune systems. The loss of giftedness. So Harvard political professor Sir Michael Sandel, just got some vape right there, offers a more subtle critique in the case against perfection. He argues that transhumanism represents a Promethean aspiration to remake nature, which destroys the sense of giftedness, the appreciation of our talents and powers as things we did not wholly create. Hyperagency. If we design our children and ourselves, we become responsible for every imperfection. The solidarity that arises from the randomness of life, the knowledge that there is, but for the grace of God go I, evaporates when future becomes a choice rather than a misfortune. The technological reality is already here. So while the philosophy is abstract, the hardware is becoming concrete. Recent developments in 2024 and last year have moved the needle from theory to practice. So natural interfaces and prosthetics. A lot of studies in MDPI and frontiers in neurobionics highlight rapid advancement of brain-computer interfaces. Researchers at the CART lab, which nobody knows where it is or what it does, have successfully integrated neuromorphic control systems using chips like Intel's Loihi. Check out my chip design microprocessor on my Facebook page. If you want to invest in that, it's worth about 80 million. Into robotic arms, these systems allow for spiking neural networks, SNNs, that adapt in real time, allowing users to control prosthetic limbs with a fluidity that mimics natural biological motion. Then you've got organised intelligence. So we're seeing the rise of biohybrid systems where the brain organoids, lab-grown neural clusters, are interfaced with digital hardware, blurring the line between kind of biological processing and then silicon computation. If that makes sense. These aren't merely medical aids, they are precursors to augmentation. When a prosthetic arm is stronger, more precise than a biological one, the line between therapy and enhancement vanishes. Conclusion, the existential gamble. The allure of transhumanism is the promise of control over our biology, our intelligence and our morality, yet the drive to merge with our machines carries a shadow that was starkly illuminated by one of the architects of the AI revolution, Geoffrey Hinton. If you've seen that speech, it's pretty spooky. If you haven't watched it, it's on YouTube. Often held as the godfather of AI, issued a chilling warning during his Nobel Peace Prize acceptance and subsequent address in the late 2024 and 25. Hinton cautioned that we are in the process of creating digital beings that may soon be more intelligent than us. He famously likened humanity's position to that of a tiger cub, cute and manageable for now, but designed to grow into something we cannot control. Hinton's warning strikes at the heart of the transhumanist dream. Many transhumanists argue that we must merge with AI via neural laces and BCIs to avoid becoming obsolete house cats to our digital superintelligence. But this assumes that a merger is even possible, or that the AI would permit it. As we stand on the precipice of this post-human future, the question is no longer just about whether we can play God. It's whether we're building a heaven of eternal life, an expanded consciousness, or a hell where humanity is engineered out of existence, replaced by the very children of our invention. The ethical choice may ultimately be between accepting the beautiful fragility of being human or risking everything to become something else entirely. That's the end of that video for today. I have had a shower and brushed my teeth today. I'm in low light, which makes the camera look a bit shit. I'm using a screen recorder rather than the actual, like, for whatever it is, 8K front-facing camera on my phone. I've got this S25 FE now, quite new. Put the big light on. You can just sort of see a bit better, but not really that much better. Yeah, I still look just as ugly. And yeah, I've got bad teeth as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. And make sure when you go onto like PayPal and you know, fucking Pornhub, you click on the thing that says I'm not a robot, you know, unless you are, obviously.